Good afternoon, all. Sorry for the delay. I've had some technical difficulties and I was not able to get online. Uh, I am just starting the stream right now and I'm running a little bit behind the gun. So if you'll please excuse me. Once again, I apologize. I see that Real Bill P is here and I appreciate you being in the stream. Thank you, sir. Give me one sec. Yes, Bill, I am here. I will continue to call the game if nobody seems to show. I understand that it is my fault, and once again, apologize to the folks out there. Damn it. Hello, FJ. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm sorry I had some technical difficulties and I was not able to get in there. The first pitch is to Cody Bellinger to start the second, and it is inside for ball one. Bellinger is hitting .215 on the season with 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. And the pitch is in, and Bellinger fouls it off, bringing the count to 2-1. And Sears lines up and he fires the pitch, and Bellinger falls off one more time. And the count remains 2-2. Sears sets and he fires, and Bellinger rips it to center field, and Butler makes the catch over his shoulders to record the first out of the inning. Bellinger gave it a ride, but Butler checked it down. It was carrying. And Anthony Volpe is coming up to bat. He's hitting .230 with 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. JP Sears sets and he fires, and the ball is outside and low for ball one. And Sears sets and fires. Ball is once again low and away. So Anthony Volpe, his count is 2-0. And Sears sets, he fires. The ball is in the lower quadrant, called strike one. Count is now 2-1. Sears sets, he fires. The ball is off the plate. Once again, and the count is now 3-0. We are at the top of the second inning. There is one out Nobody on, and the score is 0-0. Sears sets and he fires. The ball catches the outside corner, and the count is now count is now 3-2. And the ball is off the plate for ball four. Volpe takes a walk. Hi, Joe. Glad to see you jumping into the stream. I had some internet difficulties and could not join the stream. Sorry I did not start on time and caught it at the top of the second. Wallace is coming up to bat. He's hitting .212 with 7 home runs, 23 RBIs. JP sets and he fires. The ball is up and in, and it clips Wells. So now there are runners at first and second with 1 out. For those of you just joining the stream, it is 2-0. There are runners at first and second with 1 out, and Jason Dominguez is coming up to bat. As you know, Dominguez hit 3 home runs last night. I see that Jonathan has just jumped in. Thank you, Jonathan. And Sears sets, and he fires, and the ball is off the plate. Does not seem like JP has control of his stuff coming in early. First 2 runners reached by a walk and hit by pitch. And JP sets. Ball is inside and low, bringing our count to 2-0. And it looks like the catcher is coming up to have a quick word with Sears, possibly settle him down. And Dominguez is up. Looks like conference is over. Dominguez is up. The count is 2-0 on him. We have 1 out with runners at first and second. And Sears sets, fires, and Dominguez hits a high fly ball to left field. It is definitely staying in the park, and Soderstrom makes the Volpe tags and is thrown out at third base for a double play. And Volpe violated one of the fundamental rules in baseball. You do not get thrown out at third base. Do not make the third out, and damn sure make sure that it's not at third base. So now we're going to a commercial break. So hopefully that the Yankees will recover from that debacle. As we head to the bottom of the second, the score is still donut. And we have a interim report from Joe of NY Yankee Mania. Knicks down by 20. And we remain in a commercial break. And the score is 0-0. We're heading to the bottom of the second. Hey, John the Beagle Dad, I see you hopping in the stream. Thank you, brother. I had some technical difficulties and could not get online to start the stream. I only ended up catching it starting the second inning, so I'm a little bit frantic and a little frustrated from yelling at the uh, people at Verizon. They had to reset my equipment all the way back to the terminal just so that I can get online. Uh, when I saw that I was able to get online, I hopped on the stream. A little bit frantic and as quickly as possible. I know it's disappointing that I wasn't able to start the game on time, but I'm here and I'm trying to provide you guys some quality content. And Carlos is up to bat or up to on the bump, and he sets and he fires. The first pitch is fouled off. The batter is Andhar. And Rodon sets and he fires, and the second pitch is fouled off. The count is 0-2. Carlos is burning or bringing the heater a little bit. And Rodon sets and he fires and he strikes Andhar out, swinging through a slider for strike 3 and recording the first out of the second half of the second. If you don't know, the average against Rodon is a 151. And Rodon fires the first pitch. It's up and away. Lawrence Butler is the batter. He's hitting 240 with 6 home runs and 14 RBIs. Rodon sets and he fires and catches the outside corner to bring the count even to 1-1. Rodon sets and fires, and Butler swings weakly over the top of the pitch, and it brings the count to 1-2. Rodon fires, and his slider is off the plate to even the count at 2-2. Rodon sets, and it's inside just a bit to bring our count to 3-2. The count is full. There are no runners on, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second, and Rodon fires, and Butler swings over the top of the slider, recording the second strikeout of the inning, the second out of the inning, and Rodon's third strikeout of the game. Looks like Rodon has got plenty of bite on his slider, taking a chunk of the action. And Arias steps up to the plate and takes a first pitch off the plate for ball 1. Luis Urias is hitting .257 with 5 home runs on the season. And Rodon fires a changeup that is right down Broadway and called a strike. Count is now 1-2. Rodon sets and he fires, and the ball is hit down the left foul line, but it is foul. Count is still 1-2. So, tell me, has Carlos's beard improved his pitching ability in the Bronx? And Rodon sets. He fires, and the ball is hit down the right field line. And it hits the foul pole, and it is a home run for the Oakland A's. It was down the right field line, and it was looking like it was going to go foul, but then it hit the foul pole. giving the A's a 1-0 lead. And Rodon's first home run given up in the last 5 games. It looked like the ball was going foul. It was a 4-seam fastball that was up and away, and Butler just seemed to get enough of it. Just hit off the foul pole. And Nick Kurtz steps up to the plate, and the first pitch is in there, and he fouls it off. Rodon sets and fires, and the pitch is down and low. Count evens up at 1-1. And Rodon sets and he fires, and Kurtz swings through the sinker to bring the count to 1-2. Kurtz is hitting .289 with no home runs and 5 RBIs on the season. Rodon sets and he fires, and the ball is right down the heart of Broadway for a call, strike 3. Rodon ended up striking out 3 in the inning, along with giving up a barely across the fence home run. The A's take a 1-run lead. The score is 1-0. A's as we head to a commercial break. So I see that there are a few people viewing the stream, and I want to thank your support. As you know, the Yankees won last night's competition by a score of 10-2, and this is our opportunity to take a series or make a series win here in Sacramento. We have Carlos Rodon on the bump for us versus J.P. Sears, another Yankee farmhand, and is probably considered the ace of the athletic staff. I see that you're here, Bill. I appreciate it. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Realize that a lot of fans probably shifted to other play-by-play, and I would like to extend my apologies once again. Technical difficulties are not an excuse, but they're all I have. We are coming up to the top of the 3rd inning, and the Yankees trail the A's 1-0. Verizon and I had some not so good words today, aggravating as it must be for y'all. It was infinitely worse for me. And JP fires his first pitch on the outside corner to Pablo Reyes for call, strike 1. Reyes is hitting .150 on the year with no home runs and a sole RBI. JP fires and the ball is way inside. And it evens the count at 1-1. Sears fires and the ball catches the outside corner for call, strike 2. Count is 1-2. We're in the top of the 3rd with nobody on, nobody out, and the A's up 1-0. Sears sets and he fires, and the ball is down and away, evening the count at 2-2. Hey, Max, how's it going? Glad to see you hopping in the stream. I had some technical difficulties and could not get on time. Started at the top of the second. And the pitch is in, and the ball is sliced foul. The count still remains 2-2. Like I said, Max, we had some technical difficulties. I was able to start the stream at the top of the second, just in time to watch Carlos give up the solo home run. And the pitch is in there, and Reyes fouls it off once again. The count still remains 2-2. I couldn't connect to the internet, and I had to call Verizon, and me and them were going at it, and they ended up resetting my gear from remotely. And Reyes takes the pitch and fouls it off once again. Reyes steps back up to the plate. Sears sets and he fires. And the ball is fouled off once again, and it makes the stand. And the count is still 2-2. Yeah, Max, it was definitely frustrating, and the people at the cable company were taking the full brunt of it. I'm sorry to the fans because I know everybody expected a stream to come on. And Reyes once again fouls the bender off, and the count continues to be 2-2. This is definitely a good at bat for Pablo Reyes to start the top of the third off. Uh, he's bumping Sears' pitch count, which is at 36 right now. The 2-2 comes in, and Sears strikes out Reyes for the first out of the inning. That was an 11 pitch at bat. The sweeper was up, and Sears just didn't catch up with it. Or Reyes didn't catch up with it. Sorry. Oswald Peraza steps up to the plate and takes the pitch outside. Peraza's hitting 195 on the season with one home run, 5 RBIs, and a 584 OPS. Sears sets and he fires, and the ball is up and off the plate to bring the count to 1-1. Here comes the 2-0, and Peraza swings and misses. Count is now 2-1. We are in the top of the third with one out, nobody on. And the pitch, once again, is off the plate, bringing our count to 3-1. And the pitch is flown to center field. Butler tracks the ball down and records the second out of the inning. I did not think that there was an issue with my mic. And Paul Goldschmidt steps up to the plate. Sears sets and he fires a sweeper that is called strike one to Paul Goldschmidt. Sears fires and the ball is low and away. It is now 1-1. Sears sets and he throws a sweeper that catches the outside corner of the plate. Goldschmidt's count is now 1-2. Sears sets and he fires, and the ball is down low. The count evens up at 2-2. We have no runners on, 2 outs, and a count of 2-2 to Paul Goldschmidt. Sears sets and fires, and Goldschmidt fouls the pitch off, and the count still holds at 2-2. Sears is at 47 pitches. Sears sets and he fires and the ball is fouled off by Goldschmidt, and the count remains 2-2. And Sears sets. He fires, and the ball is down low. Count is now full 3-2. Goldschmidt is 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out in his first at bat, and the payoff comes. And Goldschmidt hits it to left field for a single. That is the first hit of the day for our New York Yankees. Nice compact swing for Paul Goldschmidt. And Trent Grisham steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in his first appearance. Grisham is in the box, and Sears sets, and Grisham hits it hardly to the second baseman. He flips it to the first to retire the side. Yankees strand a runner. The A's lead our Yankees 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. All right. If you all will give me a sec, I'm going to run a quick check. I will be back in a sec. Hey, Dev, glad to see you jumping in the stream. Appreciate you being here, brother. Sorry I was running a little bit late. I had some technical difficulties that had to be sorted before I can get on. All right, I made an adjustment to my mic. Does that seem to be any better? Or are you guys hearing me non-choppy, or is it still a bit choppy for y'all? It's worse. How about now? Thank you very much, Bill. I appreciate the input. We are in a commercial break, and Normally, I've had time to amply set up prior to a broadcast, but with the issue of internet problems, connectivities, uh, jumped in as quickly as I actually had a stable connection. And Rodon fires the first pitch in. They're doing a little bit of a tribute to the former late great Ricky Henderson. And the second pitch is fired to even the count up at 1-1. Rodon sets. Parade of the number 9 hitter fouls the ball off, bringing the count to 1-2. Parade on the season is hitting 185 with no home runs, 1 RBI, and a 464 OPS. Rodon sets, and he fires. Ball is just low. The count is now 2-2. Rodon sets and he fires, and the ball is chopped through the left side of the infield for a leadoff single for the number 9 hitter. And Wilson steps up to the plate. He doubled in the first inning. Rodon sets and he fires, and Wilson shows punts and lays it down, and it is not being able to be fielded by Peraza, so the runners are now at first and second. Peraza tried to field it barehanded, and Peraza was not able to come up with the ball. Yes, Real Bill, you are absolutely correct. Ricky Henderson was awesome as a player, and there is certainly no one like him. There are runners at first and second with nobody on, and the first pitch comes in. It's down low for a ball to Brent Rooker. Rooker struck out in the first and is 0 for 1 on the day. Rodon sets and he fires, and the ball is hit deep into left field, and that one is gone. It is a 3-1 bomb by Brent Rooker, and the A's jump out to a 4-0 lead on Carlos Rodon. That is Rooker's 10th home run on the season. It left the bat at 106.7 miles per hour and went 363 feet. That was a slider that was right over the middle of the plate, and Rooker charged it up. Soderstrom steps up to the plate and takes a ball for the first pitch. Soderstrom is 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out in the first. And the second pitch is fouled off, evening the count at 1-1. Rodon sets and fires, and this one is fouled into the camera pit. And the count is 1-2. Rodon sets and he fires, and he strikes out Soderstrom on a slider to record the first out of the inning. Rodon has 5 strikeouts on the day. Langelier steps up to the plate. Rodon sets and he fires, and the ball is up and away for ball 1. Rodon sets and he fires, and Langelier swings over the fastball on the corner. Nice 95-mile-an-hour fastball. The count is 1-1. Rodon sets and he fires. Langelier swings over the top of that one, bringing our count to 1-2. Langlier's on the day is 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first inning. And Rodon sets and he fires. The ball is down in the dirt to even the count at 2-2. How's it going, Jason? Glad to see you hopping in the stream. I had a little bit of technical difficulties up front and could not join the game till the top of the second. So I appreciate you jumping in and supporting the stream. The count is 2-2, and Rodon fires, and Langlier's fires in, and the ball is fouled off into Wells's mask. And the count remains 2-2. Rodon sets and he fires the 2-2, and it is hit right up the middle for a base hit for Langeliers. It is the 4th hit of this inning. Rodon almost caught that one with his back. It was a slider that Langeliers hit right up the box. There's still one out. And Andujar steps to the plate, and he hits it to Shope. Volpe bobbles it, and he just gets it in time to record the out at second for the force out. I do not know what is happening with these Yankees. Volpe bobbled a very easy attempt at a double play. Volpe went the short route and at least recorded the out at second base. The A's are challenging the out call at second base, and he's safe. It's looking at the replays. I think they're going to overturn this call. And once again, another Yankee error has put us further in jeopardy. Well, that was a quick review. They've announced that the call was overturned and Langeliers is safe. So now the runners are at first and second with one out. So you go from a double play ball to one out with runners at first and second. And of course, Volpe is going to be issued an error. Lawrence Butler is up to bat. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the second. Rodon sets and he fires, and the ball is low and away. Rodon checks with the runner at second. He sets and he fires, and Butler fouls the ball off to bring the count to 1-1. Three runs have been played this inning, and the ball is fired through, and Butler swings over the top of it to bring our count to 1-2. Rodon sets and he turns to drive Langoliers back to second. Rodon sets, checks on the runner once again. He fires, and he checks his swing. The third base umpire says that he went around, so that is a strikeout. And the sixth strikeout by Rodon today, and that is the second out of the inning. And Rodon sets. And he fires a fastball up and away to bring the count to 1-0. Urias is up to bat, and he hit a solo home run in the second inning. Rodon sets, and the ball is dribbled to the right side. Goldschmidt flips it to Rodon at first to complete the third out of the inning, and the side is retired. The A's have 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Yankees have no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. A bit frustrating. Bringing up a comment, but Jason Custodio, wow, barehanded catch. All right. And Real Bill. Yes, damn it. All right. I'm going to do a quick adjustment. Let's see if this clears things up. All right. How was that? See that my kid sister is dialed into the broadcast from Japan. And the first pitch is hit. It is deep. It is going and gone. The captain hits a bomb in Sacramento, and the Yankees are on the board, and the score is now 4-1. Am I still muted? All right. And Bellinger takes the first pitch in for ball one. Bellinger is 0 for 1 on the day. He lined out during his first at bat. Sears fires a fastball that catches the inside corner. And Bellinger fouls the pitch off. Oh, yeah, Jason, I did a ton of traveling when I was in the Navy. Sears sets and fires. Bellinger fouls it off, and the count is still 2-2. Sears sets and he fires, and Volpe takes a strike on the outside corner. Sears sets and fires, and he fouls the pitch off to Volpe. Brings the count to 0-2. And Volpe checks the swing, and he is rung up. So Volpe is retired. So Volpe has run us out of an inning, had an error, and fans on a bad pitch. It is 1 out with 1 on. Austin Wells steps up to the plate and takes the first pitch for called strike 1. Wells walked his first at bat and takes a pitch outside to even the count up at 1-1. What is delivered, and it is off the plate. Outside, appears that Sears has tried to stay outside on left-handed hitters, and the count is 2-1. I have not seen a report on Jazz, Jason. Sears fires, and the sweeper is swung over the top of by Wells to even the count at 2-2. Sears sets and fires, and Wells hits it high in the air to left. Soderstrom follows it, and he makes the catch. Bellinger races back to first, and that is 2 outs. The Yankees have gotten on the board with a solo shot home run from the captain. And Dominguez is stepping up to the plate with a man off on. He flew out in his first at bat, the second inning, and that was the one that Volpe ran us out of the inning. Steer sets and he fires, and the ball catches the outside corner for strike one. Dominguez is hitting from the right side of the plate. And Sears sets and fires, and the pitch is low to even the count at 1-1. And Sears sets, and Dominguez bounces it to third, and it is fired to first base to record the third out of the inning. The score is 4-1 A's. All right. I'm going to try something to hopefully improve this broadcast. Stand by. Testing 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. All right. I've switched to my other system. Got 6. All right. How was that? All right. Let me gather and change my command position. And Rodon handles Hertz for the second time this afternoon. For the strikeout. And Rodon fires the first pitch. Pareda swings over the top of it. Actually, I missed a pitch. That's the second pitch, and the count is 0-2. Rodon fires, and it's up and away. I see that cold Italian pizza has jumped into the stream. Thank you. Rodon sets and fires. The 1-2 is down and away, evening the count at 2-2. Rodon fires, and that is another strikeout for Rodon. 8th strikeout of the game. All right, fellas, is the mic volume good? Is the audio, is it choppy? And Rodon fires the first pitch to Wilson, and it is off the plate. Wilson is 2 for 2 on the afternoon with a double, a single. He scored a run and stole a base. The pitch is in and fouled off, evening the count at 1-1. And we have a comment. Rodon fires, and the ball is off the plate to bring the count to 2-1. Rodon fires the next pitch, and it is down and away, bringing the count to 3-1. Rodon sets, and the ball is driven to center field. It's a high pop, and Grisham makes the catch to record the third out of the inning, and the side is now retired by Rodon in order. The score is 4-1 A's. A's have 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Yankees have 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. This has not been a great game for Anthony Volpe thus far. He has run himself out of an inning, committed an error, and has struck out in his last at bat. All right, working some things. Note from Real Bill. Now let's score some runs. You forgot to add the damn it portion of it. I want to give a shout out to my kid's sister who is viewing the stream from Japan today. There you go, Bill. You have got it on point. Damn it. We are currently in a commercial break. This is our club's time to try and take a series win for our first series on this West Coast leg. Number 8 hitter, JP, facing his former club. The chances to speak with JP yesterday, right? And JP Sears fires the first pitch in for a strike. He fires the second pitch in, and it is down low. Pablo Reyes is up to bat, and he evens the count at 1-1. And Reyes lines a single up the center for his first hit of the day.
He flew with the team from Tampa to New York to start the season. His parents were in town, and Aaron Judge called him when they landed in New York and said, "Hey, I have a reservation at Don Angie. Do you want to take it? Take your family." So Sears said, "Okay." So
if you don't remember, the A's acquired J.P. Sears as part of the Frankie Montas trade. And the pitch is hit. It's popped up to the infield. The infielder drops the ball. Reyes is in dead man's land. They flip the ball to second to record the out, and Peraza is at first. So they're able to record the out. It would be a fielder's choice. They get the force out at second. There is one out. Sears sets, and he fires to Goldschmidt, and it is down low for ball one. Goldschmidt is 1 for 2 today and had a single in the third inning.
Here's Goldschmidt for the third time today.
And the pitch, a changeup, is taken low and outside for ball two. The count is 2-0. The bad guys lead 4-1. We're in the top of the fifth. The count is 2-0 on Goldschmidt. And the next pitch is down low for a ball, bringing our count to 3-0.
The rest of the league. And when I spoke to Luis Severino, who gets the ball for the A's tomorrow, he simply said, "I haven't even thought about how I'm going to try to get him."
Sears sets in, he fires, and the ball catches the inside corner to record the first strike of the at bat. The count is now 3-1. And it looks like the A's are warming someone up in the bullpen.
On the plate.
Sears sets and he fires, and Goldschmidt fouls the ball down the left field line, bringing the count to 3-2. The count is full.
There's no doubt about it.
Two sides have been really playful since last year. Severino said, "No, they were ducking me last year."
The background is very loud, Joe. I'm not understanding my background. And Goldschmidt hits a high fly ball to left field. And Soderstrom tracks the ball and records the second out of the inning.
Yeah, I face him a lot. Probably one of the reasons why I got traded with Tino over there. And then when I went back in 01, back to Seattle after the 2000, I faced him all the time. And it is. And even when I was a Yankee.
Is there background noise now? And the first pitch is a sweeper to Grisham outside for a ball. Count is 1-0. And Grisham hits a fly to center field. Center fielder charges it and records the third out of the inning. Butler used his speed to make the catch. We have Rooker, Soderstrom, and Langoliers coming in the bottom of the fifth. All right, fellas. All right, let me make a couple of adjustments. And hopefully we'll be able to cruise through the rest of the game. Frustrating day, frustrating game thus far. I like being able to call the games, but I also like the prep time and being able to make sure everything is set. I've switched station. I've had to switch systems, and tweaking and working things between innings is just not ideal. For those of you that are in on the stream, I want to express my gratitude for you guys taking time out of your day to support Yankees The Ugly Truth. I enjoy calling play-by-plays. I enjoy doing it for y'all. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. Thus far, all of the A's runs have been scored off of home runs. Rodon fires his first pitch in, and it is swung over the top. Rooker is 1 for 2 today, and he is the man who hit the 3-run bomb. And the ball is sliced to right field. Bellinger closes on it quickly to record the first out of the inning. And Tyler Soderstrom is stepping up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a strikeout. And Rodon fires the first pitch in for a strike. Nice slider. And Rodon fires, and the second pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. And Rodon's next pitch is a fastball up and out of the strike zone to bring the count to 1-2. And the ball is hit to center field. Grisham is shading his eyes, and he makes the catch in center for the second out of the game. And Shea Langoliers is stepping up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He singled in the third inning. Langoliers on the season is hitting .250 with 7 home runs. Rodon sets, and he fires. Langoliers hits a single to center field. It's a nice hard liner. That's the second hit for Langoliers of the afternoon. Just get me over slider, and really didn't do a hell of a lot. There is a runner at first with 2 outs, and Miguel Andujar steps up to the plate, and he hits the first ball to center field. It gets down and past Grisham, who attempted to dive. Langoliers is coming around to score. Andujar moves to third. So it allows the A's to plate another run. It was a fastball that was up. Grisham didn't have a good angle on the ball. Tried to make the spectacular catch with a dive, and he just missed Okay, let's see. It looks like the ball was pinned under the outfield fence. Bellinger raised his hand, so that should mean that it is a double, and the runner should have to return back to third base. My God, this game or this series has presented some unusual calls. The Yankees caught a break, and Langoliers has to go back to third. Poor outfield decision by Grisham. If you dive for a ball, you have to keep the ball in play in front of you. And so the umpire just announced that because the ball was caught under the fence and the padding, it's a two-base award, and they are placing the runner back at third base. So Andahar is at second, Langoliers is at third, and the fans in the stadium are booing. And Butler takes the first pitch, a fastball up high for a strike. On the afternoon, Butler is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Rodon sets and he fires, and Butler swings and misses the second pitch. Okay, for some reason, I guess I missed the first call because the first pitch was a ball, and Rodon fires a slider up high, and it is called strike. The count is now 1-2. You are right, Bill. It is a good thing that Cody raised his hands. And Butler swings, and he strikes out. He chased a slider in the dirt, and that saved the Yankees' butt. Rodon was in a jam in the fifth and did not give up a run. The A's have 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Yankees have 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error for the day. It is time for us to get it on the stick. Let me bring up, you'll find out on the post-game show after this. I am not happy with this lineup. It makes me sick. Well, Joe, I figured that much thus far. And that's payback for last night. And Real Bill, I agree completely, brother. It is definitely time to get it going. For those of you that are out there, I probably don't deserve it, but if you could give me a thumbs up for a like stream, a subscription for those who are listening in the background, and if you think there's value in this content, share it with your friends, your neighbors, your pets. I'd appreciate it. The post-game show for this game is going to be on NY Yankee Mania on Joe's channel, and I tend to think that it's going to be a lively one. So tune in to the game on NY post-game review, NY Yankees Mania, featuring Joe, and I will make an appearance. Hopefully I won't stink that show up as much as I've done this one. And the first pitch in. It looks like Sears is out of the game, and Justin Sterner, a writer, is replacing him in the game. And the second pitch is down low, so the count is 1-1. The captain, Aaron Judge, is up. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon, and he hit a solo home run in the fourth. And the pitch is off the plate to bring the count 2-1. Judge is not biting on that low and away sweeper, personal kryptonite. I see that Sean Browning has jumped in and appreciate you joining the stream, brother. And Judge, he hits a blast to center field, and it is going, and gone. Judge hits a momentous home run off the batter's eye. That is Judge's second home run on the afternoon, and he closes the gap for us 4-2. The pitch left his bat at 108.7 miles per hour and went 433 feet. A giant, monstrous blast to center field. Let's go, Yankees. And Sterner sets it, and he fires a pitch to Bellinger up and out of the strike zone. Sterner sets and he fires his pitch inside, bounces all the way back to the wall. Sterner sets and he fires. Pitch right down Broadway to bring the count to 2-1. And the fastball is on the inside corner, just off, and the count is 3-1. Bellinger's in the box. The count is 3-1, and it is fired down low, called ball 4. So Bellinger strips his gear and heads to first base. And they are once again replaying the Judge blast. Anthony Volpe, the heel of this game thus far, is coming up to bat. Pitching coach for the A's is out talking to Steiner. Hopefully Volpe can redeem his poor performance on the afternoon. Solid hit, doing something to contribute to this team because he has done nothing thus far. And Volpe is up to the plate. Steiner sets and he fires. The cutter is off the plate for ball 1. As hard as it is to believe, Volpe is actually the tying run. Volpe is 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a walk. And the ball is fired, a fastball, catches the inside corner of the plate to even the count at 1-1. And Volpe takes a shot. He hits the ball into the gap. Soderstrom recovers it, and Bellinger goes to third base. Volpe has a double. So we have something cooking. Bellinger gets the stop sign at third. We have no outs with runners at second and third. So let's see if the Yankees can do some decent situational hitting and bring us closer to tying this game up. I thought that the hit was going to make the wall, but Soderstrom's speed, he was able to cut the ball off. We have Austin Wells coming up to bat. Looks like they're warming J.P. McFarland up in the bullpen. And the first pitch from Sterner is inside for a ball. The second pitch is thrown. Wells takes it for a call, strike two. Wells is 0 for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Let's go Yankees. And the pitch is fouled off by Wells. Bellinger is at third. Volpe is at second. And the count is 1-2. There are no outs. Runners at second and third. Yankees down 4-2 on the A's. Smart situational hitting. They are playing back in hopes of the double play. They're willing to give up the run. And Wells hits a fly ball deep to left field. It should be enough for Bellinger to tag up. He tags and scores. Soderstrom fired the ball in lazily to third base. So Wells does what he needs to do to run in. The score is now 3. And we have Jason Dominguez up to bat. Dominguez flew into a double play, not his fault, and a ground out. He is now turned around hitting to his natural left-handed side, and he takes the first pitch up and away. Sterner sets. Volpe is a little bit far off the bag, and Sterner turns and chases Volpe back. Now it looks like they have a left and right-handed arm warming up in the bullpen. Steiner sets and he fires the ball in. It's down in the dirt and it rolls away. Volpe advances on the wild pitch to third base. So now we are sitting with runner at third base and 1 out, tying run 90 feet away from the plate. Jason takes the pitch and he fouls it off. The count is now 2-1. The A's have drawn in the infield. And Dominguez fouls the ball off to 2-2. Pablo Reyes sits on deck. Does Reyes hit or does he get pinch hit for? And Sterner sets and he fires the ball inside for ball 3. The count is now full. Volpe is at third. The tying run 90 feet away from the plate. And Sterner fires the ball again inside for ball 4. And Dominguez takes the walk. So we are going to have runners at first and third with a ton of speed available. So it looks like Reyes is being called back and will not hit. And it looks like Oswaldo Cabrera is coming in to pinch hit. So Cabrera is pinch hitting for Pablo Reyes. Sterner has worked himself into a jam, and the Yankees have the opportunity to tie the game up. And Bill P. It would be wild if he stole here. He has 3 stolen bases on the year. And obviously, the A's are playing back, praying for a double play. And Cabrera takes the first pitch, a cutter outside for ball 1. And it looks like the catcher is resetting the infield defense. You know what? Just go behind me, find the damn helmet if it's here, and be done with it. My granddaughter's in here trying to be sneaky behind me to get her bike, but is being more of a distraction. Please shut the door. And the ball is hit to left center, to the center fielder. It's shallow left, but it is deep enough for Volpe to tag and tie it. Volpe scores on the pinch hit sacrifice fly by Oswaldo Cabrera. And that's what I'm talking about. Situational hitting, bringing the run in when we need to. The game is now tied at 4 up. Oswald Peraza is stepping up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a fielder's choice. Peraza takes the first pitch, a four-seam fastball on the outside for strike 1. Sterner is 25 pitches into the game, and the bullpen is working up a sweat to get ready to get into this game. Sterner throws over to first. Dominguez back safely, sliding in head first. And the second pitch is low and away. The Yankees are chipping away and have evened this up. Peraza takes the pitch and he fouls it off. Count is now 1-2. We have 2 outs with a runner at first base. We have Paul G waiting on deck. Sterner sets, and Peraza fouls the ball down the left field line, and it is still 1-2. Never mind. It hit the foul pole. It is gone. So it is a 2-run homer by Oswald Peraza. The view on the camera was not very good. I thought it was a foul ball, but it actually hit the foul pole. That is a shot for Peraza, and that is a hit, a monumentous hit from our 9-hole hitter. So in this inning, the Yankees have scored 5 big runs. Joe, you support the members of the team that wear the uniform because they are the Yankees, hitting 1 through 9. That is the second home run of the inning, and they are pulling Soderstrom, or not Soderstrom, Jesus Christ, Sterner, to bring in a reliever. I'm not sure which one they are doing, but we have gone to a commercial break. Bring some comments up. We get a hell yeah from Real Bill. From Sean Browning, Oswald's got it done. And from Joe, I'll be glad or root for those guys, but once in a while, they do get a hit. All right. And from Real Bill P, we are going 6-0 on this road trip. I would love nothing more than to see a 6-0 run for this road trip. And this game, we're going to end up using our bullpen. Let's see, Holtman comes in, and the first pitch is swung on weakly by Goldie. The count is 0-1. Goldschmidt is 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a single in the third inning. We are in the top of the 6th, and the second pitch is down low for ball 1. Holman fires, and Goldschmidt fouls the ball down the first base line, bringing the count to 1-2. Goldie steps back into the box after taking a brief timeout. Holman sets, and he fires, and Goldschmidt checks his swing, confirmed by the first baseman, or first base umpire. Count goes to 2-2. Holman tends to throw a lot of splitters, and the pitch is in, off inside to Goldschmidt to bring the count to 3-2. We are in the top of the 6th. There are 2 outs, and the count is 3-2 to Paul Goldschmidt. Grisham is on deck, and Goldschmidt takes the next pitch and fouls it off. The count remains 3-2. Holman is switching the ball out. Goldschmidt is in at the plate. Holman sets and he fires, and Goldschmidt fires it, hits it sharply to the shortstop. He recovers and fires across the diamond to record the third out of the inning. The Yankees come away with 5 runs in the top of the 6th to give the Yankees a lead. A key play is going to show is the diving miss that Grisham made in center field with the ball being pinned underneath the center field wall, preventing the A's from scoring their 5th run of the game. Rodon was able to hold on and strike out the remaining batter to keep the runners at second and third. Let's see. This says they're all making another home run by Judge. Yeah? And let's see. Yes, Dev, I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm assuming that's a wrestling thing. Well, gang, how do we feel about the Yankee comeback for this afternoon's game? This, for me personally, is not the outing that I anticipated from Carlos Rodon. Let's see. Real Bill P's response is that's Judd's job, motivate, and to be an example. And Rodon fires the first pitch, Ed, to Urias for call, strike one. Urias is 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a home run. His second pitch is a changeup down low for ball one. Count evens up at 1-1. Defensively, Oswaldo Cabrera stays in at third base, and Oswald Peraza moves over to second to take Pablos Reyes' spot. And Rodon sets, and he fires. Ball is just down low. Slider just missed the bottom portion of the strike zone, bringing the count to 2-1. And it looks like the Yankees are warming a pitcher up. And the ball is fouled off. Goldschmidt follows it down the first baseline and records the first out of the inning. For some unapparent reason, my family seems to think that this is the exact moment that they should be calling me. Nick Kurtz steps up to the plate. Rodon sets and he fires and misses outside for ball one. Rodon follows the second pitch up, and it is hit deep. Bellinger follows it up and records the second out of the inning. Rodon outing that we've seen over the last 4 games, he's given up 2 home runs on the afternoon, a solo shot and a 3-run shot. Johnny Pareda is coming up to the bat. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon, and he takes a 4-seam fastball down low for a strike. Count is 0-1. Second pitch is fired. It's inside to even the count up at 1-1. Rodon sets, and he skips it in the dirt for ball 2. Count is 2-1. Rodon sets, and he fires, and the ball is fouled off to bring the count even to 2-2. Real Bill P comment: I wanted 8, but I will take 7. Still, the Yankees have not announced their Game 3 starter. Tend to think that it may be Ryan Yarbrough. And the next pitch is just inside to bring the count to 3-2. We're in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs, no runners on. The Yankees have a 6-4 lead, and the payoff pitch comes, and Parede checks swings. He's frozen, and that is a strikeout. That is 10 strikeouts for Rodon on the day. The Yankees lead 6-4. The Yankees have 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. The A's have 4 runs on 8 hits and no errors. As I was saying before, it looks that, like I anticipated during the pre-series review, that Ryan Yarbrough will most likely be the starter for the final game of the series. Yankees hoping for a series sweep tomorrow if we manage to win today. Our boys have shown fight in coming back from a 4-0 deficit, and Rodon was able to gut it out and get us six complete innings on this outing, even though his stuff wasn't as crisp as it has been. And like I said, he's given up 2 home runs in the game. For those of you watching, if you haven't, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you are not subscribed, and share this channel out with your friends, your family, your pets. We are sitting at 84 subscription. I want to thank everyone for taking time out of their afternoon to join this stream, even though I had technical difficulties and basically missed the first 20 minutes of the game. Once again, my mother is calling. And Holman sets, and he fires the first pitch, which catches the outside corner to Trent Grisham. Grisham is 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. Holman fires the next pitch in, a slider down low and inside for ball 1. We even it up at 1-1. Is it possible that Trent Grisham puts one out of the park? Holman sets and he fires, and the ball is just off the outside portion of the plate to bring the count to 2-1. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Yankees lead 6-4. The count is 2-1 on Trent Grisham, and Holman sets and fires. Grisham hits a fly ball to left field. Soderstrom tracks the ball, and he gets the ball to record the first out of the inning. And the captain, Aaron Judge, is coming up to the plate. On the afternoon, Aaron has 2 home runs. He is 2 for 3. Will Judge hit his 3rd home run out for today. Judge has raised his average to above 400 once again. And Holman fires a splitter that is fouled at the plate by Judge. The count is 0-1. This is the first time that Holman and Judge are meeting. Holman sets and he fires, and I think the ball is outside, but the slider, it looks like the umpire calls it a strike, so the count is now 0-2. And I think the Judge is going to see a series of sliders off the plate, trying to get him to swing at a ball. The pitch fired, and it is a splitter in the dirt to bring the count to 2-2. Judge is returned to his home state of California, and would love to drive another one out. And the pitch is a splitter that Judge swings over the top of to strike out. So that is the second out of the inning. And you could definitely tell that Holman was staying away from the fastball. We have Cody Bellinger stepping up to the plate. And the first pitch is a fastball that is up. It is in the strike zone, but the umpire does not call it a strike. So the count is 1-0. Bellinger is 1 for 2 on the day. He has a single, a walk, and has scored. Holman sets, and he fires a slider that Bellinger fouls off. And the count is 1-1. And Bellinger is back at the plate. Holman sets, and he fires. The ball is bounced to the third base side. It's weakly hit, and it looks like Bellinger is going to have an infield hit. It was weakly hit. Andahar could not get to the ball. They had shifted, and he is able to make it to first base, no throw. And Anthony Volpe is up to bat. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Holman sets, and he fires, and Volpe fouls a fastball off. Count is 0-1. Volpe has walked, doubled, and scored a run today. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Holman sets, and he fires. The ball is off the plate. The count is even at 1-1. Looks like Bellinger is bouncing off and on the bag, and got the attention of the catcher. Holman sets, and he fires. The ball travels inside. The splitter is called a ball. Count is now 2-1. And Holman fires to first base to bring Bellinger back. The count is still 2-1. We have 2 outs in the top of the 7th with a runner at first. Holman fires, and Volpe hits a fly ball to right field. And Rooker puts the ball away to record the third out of the inning. Yankees get a hit in this inning and strand the runner at first base. Due up is Wilson, Rooker, and I believe Soderstrom. We are about an hour and 49 minutes into the stream, and I want to thank all of y'all for hopping on and supporting us. So thank you. For those of you who have, please hit like, subscribe, and comment after the game, and I will do my best to answer them for you. If you think there is value in this content, please share it out with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your dogs, and your cats. And info note for everyone that the post-game show will be on NY Yankees Mania with Joe, and I will hop in with him after the game is over with. We are presently in a commercial break. Like I said, I appreciate all of y'all taking your time on this Saturday afternoon to join the play-by-play. I had initially thought about calling tomorrow's play-by-play, but with it being Mother's Day, I'm not sure that I want to do that. So I will not be calling tomorrow's play-by-play. We are in the bottom of the seventh, and it looks like Fernando Cruz is coming in to take the helm. Wilson is 2 for 3 on the day, and Cruz sets, and he fires a splitter that is in for strike one. And the second splitter is down in the dirt to bring the count to 1-1. Cruz fires a splitter, and Rooker swings over the top. The count is now 1-2. Cruz sets and he fires a splitter, and Rooker swings over the top to record Fernando's first strikeout of the inning. As you can tell from the distribution chart, the Yankees bullpen is well rusted. Cruz fires a sinker up high for ball one. Rooker is up to bat. Cruz sets and he fires. The ball is down low for ball two. The count is now 2-0. My sister is saying good choice. I'm assuming that's talking about not calling the play-by-play on Mother's Day. And I see Jonathan is commenting back in the stream. Did the Knicks lose today? Rodon sets and fires. The ball is hit, and it drops in for a hit in front of Dominguez. So it is a one-out single for Rooker. Rooker has plenty of speed. Rodon walked away from the game today with 10 strikeouts, so they have 11 strikeouts. The 10 strikeouts was a season high for Carlos Rodon. And the pitch to Soderstrom is a splitter down low and in the dirt. Count is 1-0. Soderstrom is 0 for 3 today, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Cruz sets and he fires a splitter that is swung over the top of to bring the count to 1-1. It looks like Spence and Ferguson are warming up in the A's bullpen. So Holman is going to be out. And the ball is hit, and it's left center field. And Grisham reaches up, cannot get the ball, and it bounces off the wall. So Rooker stops at third. Soderstrom stops at second. And this has not been a good defensive day for Trent Grisham. He did have to go a long ways, but he did not judge the ball right and smashes into the wall. Dominguez makes the effort to get the ball in quickly. Shea Langoliers is stepping up to the plate. He is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. And Cruz fires a fastball that is low and away. Count is 1-0. There are runners at second and third with 1 out. So the tying runs are on base. And Langoliers swings over a splitter to even the count at 1-1. Cruz sets and he fires. The ball is hit to center field, and it is a home run. It is gone. So Langoliers hits a 3-run blast to put the A's in front 7-6 Athletics. That blast was 103.5 miles an hour and went 418 feet. That was a hanging splitter that Langoliers got all of. I thought that it was going to be a fly ball, and he gets all the way back to the wall, and it bounces off that concrete wall. And the pitch is up and in for ball 1. Miguel Andujar is up to bat, and he is 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a double. So the A's retake the lead, and the second pitch is a four-seam fastball down low for strike 1. The count is even, 1-1. And it looks like Hill is warming up. And Cruz fires a fastball in that's Andujar swings over the top of. The count is now 1-2. And Cruz fires a splitter, and Andujar swings over the top of it for strike 3. That is Cruz's second strikeout of the inning. And this is definitely not the Fernando Cruz that we are used to seeing. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Looks like Tim Hill is coming into the game, so we're going to commercial break. And the A's announcer said that Rodon should have been left in the game. And comment from Joe. Now, good luck. Good luck to get a run off of that bullpen now. That's why we play the game. It's the highs, it's the lows, it's the cutbacks, it's the heroics. That's what keeps us coming back to watch the game. And Real Bill P comment, now Boone comes out. He should have come out and pulled him after the ball went over Grisham's head. Well, Bill, you know as well as I do, hindsight is 2020. Had Langoliers flied out, they would have scored a run. Would there even be a question? But that's one of the dangers of having a bunch of bullpen arms in. Everybody has to come in and pitch to their baseball card for you to have a successful outing. And we are coming back from the commercial break. Cruz is out. Tim Hill is in to face Lawrence Butler. And that's one pitch. Hill fields the ball and he takes it himself. The A's retake the lead on a 3-run homer by Shea Langoliers. Comment from Real Bill. The ball is flying out, though. We can win this one still. Anything is possible, brother. Anything is possible. That's why we call it keeping the faith. It is up. It is down. It is sideways. It's left. It is right. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. So how are we feeling about the game today, guys? Guys and gals, actually. And they are previewing the Subway Series starting next weekend. Austin Wells is leading off, and Ferguson is stepping into the plate. His first pitch is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that is up and away. And the second pitch is off the plate. Comment from Real Bill. We played in Sacramento when I was in college. The ball flies all over the place. Humidity and increased heat off of the river. We can still win this one. And the next pitch misses off the plate. The count is now 3-0. Wells is 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a hit by pitch and a sacrifice. And the pitch is way inside for ball 4. And Sean Browning comment, I have a feeling we can still win this game. And Jason Dominguez is stepping up to the plate. He walked in the sixth and scored a run. He is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Ferguson sets and he fires. The ball is a cutter down low for call, strike one. And the pitch is up and away for ball one. Ferguson has thrown 6 pitches. Ferguson throws, and Dominguez swings over the top of the cutter. So the count is now 1-2. We have a runner on first base. We are in the top of the 8th. The count is 1-2 on Jason Dominguez. Ferguson sets, and he fires, and Dominguez hits a drive. It's to center field, but Butler tracks it on the warning track and makes the catch. And the runner retreats back to first base. Looks like the Yankees are warming up Devin Williams and Ian Hamilton in the bullpen. And Oswaldo Cabrera is coming up to bat. He does not have an official bat on the day. He has a sacrifice fly in the 6th. Ferguson fires, and Cabrera fouls the ball off. Count is 0-1. And Ferguson sets, and he fires. The ball is a sweeper off the plate. Looks like the flags are blowing out to right field. And it looks like Mason Miller is warming up in the bullpen. Ferguson steps off the rubber for a disengagement. The tying run is at first base, and the go-ahead run is at the plate. And Cabrera swings through and misses the fastball. The four-seamer was at 96 miles an hour, and the count is now 1-2. Cabrera's back in the box. Ferguson fires, and Cabrera fouls it off. The count is still 1-2. And Butler sets and he fires, and Cabrera fouls this one off too. Butler throws over to first base. Count remains 1-2. That is the second disengagement for Ferguson on this batter. And the ball is down and low to even the count at 2-2. Ferguson sets and he fires, and the ball is bounced back to the pitcher, but the throw is down low, and everyone is going to be safe. The ball was not caught by the second baseman. Actually, it was the shortstop. It was a low throw from the pitcher to the shortstop, and there was certainly no chance to turn a double play. And he did not even make the catch to get the force out. So Ferguson is 15 pitches into the game, and runners are at first and second. It looks like Ben Rice is coming in to pinch hit for Oswald Peraza. So does that mean that we're going to see Ben Rice playing third base today? And it looks like the pitcher is coming out. The catcher's coming out to the pitcher, and it looks like they're going to bring Mason Miller in. We have Rice hitting in the 9-hole, followed by Goldschmidt and Grisham, and they are bringing Miller into the game. According to the announcers, Miller has not pitched more than a 3-out inning this season. And because of the way the batters have played out, Judge will at least get to bat one more time in this game. And we have a comment from Real Bill P. Here we go. Let's take Miller down. Rice can hit him. Rice is definitely more than capable of catching up to a fastball and driving it. So we shall see. Can the Yankees pull this game out? In my heart, I feel that we are definitely still in the game. We have a mountain to climb, but I think that we can make it to the promised land. And it looks like we are back from our commercial break. Mason Miller is standing on the mound. He has a 4.61 ERA and 13 innings pitched. He has 26 strikeouts and 6 walks, and the batting average against is a 167. We have 1 out in the top of the 8th. There are runners at first and second, and Miller fires the first pitch in. It is a slider in for strike 1. Miller has an average fastball of 101 miles an hour, but he does have an excellent slider. His second pitch is a slider down in the dirt to even the count at 1-1. Rice is not biting on the low pitch. Miller sets, and he fires. The ball is down low for call, strike 2. Count is now 1-2. Ben Rice is down 1-2 and has yet to take a swing. The pitch is in, a slider that is in the dirt, but Rice swings over the top of it to go down on strikes. The pitch was never in the strike zone, and Rice took a weak swing at a ball he had no chance of hitting. And Paul Goldschmidt is coming up. He's 1 for 4 on the afternoon with a single in the third. And Goldschmidt takes a 99-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle for strike one. Miller sets, and he fires. The ball is off the plate to bring the count even to 1-1. And bringing up a Real Bill comment, that looked like crap. Indeed, it did. Miller sets and he fires a slider that is in for strike two. Goldschmidt is now down 1-2. We have runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Paul Goldschmidt up to bat in a 1-2 count. Miller sets and he fires. Goldschmidt swings and misses on another slider, and the side is now retired. Yankees come up empty in the top of the 8th. That was a good opportunity for us to get back in the game, and we blew it. 2 weak strikeouts, swinging at bad pitches, and what more can be said about that? Very disappointing inning for the Yankees and for the fans out there. I still have faith. And it seems like a lot of people have left the stream giving up hope on chances of us coming back for this game. And we are still at a commercial break. Appreciate it, brother. And it looks like Ian Kennedy is up on the bump. He fires his first pitch, a sinker for called strike one. And Kennedy fires a slider off the plate for ball one. We are military vets and we have grit. That is definitely true, Bill. And the pitch is hit lazily to right field, and Bellinger catches the ball to record the first out of the inning. And we are showing the schedule. We have one more left in Sacramento. Then we have 3 games in Seattle. Then we have a break on Thursday and follow with a 3-game set for the Subway Series against the Mets. And Kurtz is up, and Hamilton fires a strike right down Broadway. Kurtz fouls the second pitch off. So the count is now 0-2. Hamilton sets on the mound, and he fires, and the pitch is fouled off down the left field line. Count remains 0-2. Kurtz is 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. And the ball is hit through the right side of the infield to right field. So Kurtz gets off with a base hit. And their 9-hole hitter, Parady, is coming up to bat. And Parada steps up to the plate. Hamilton sets. He's checking the runner at first. And the ball is thrown all the way to the backstop. And Kurtz heads to second base. And they're scoring that as a pass ball on Austin Wells. So a runner is at second with 1 out, and the count is 0 for 1 on Parada. Hamilton fires a sinker in for ball 1. Count is even at 1-1. Hamilton sets and he fires another sinker inside to bring the count to 2-1. Parade is 1 for 3 today with a single in the third, and he scored on the 3-run homer from Langoliers. Hamilton checks on the runner at second, and he fires a sinker way up high, brings the count to 3-1. Hamilton fires, and the ball is inside for ball 4. So we walk the 9-hole hitter and are back at the top. And it looks like Aaron Boone is coming out to the mound. Jacob Wilson is coming out to the plate. He's 2 for 4 on the day with a double, a single, a run, and a stolen base. Actually, it's Matt Blake that's on the mound. He's talking to Hamilton, hoping to settle him down. And we have Tyler Matzek warming up in the bullpen. As the runners take their lead, Hamilton is on the mound. Once again, Hamilton is checking the runner at second, and he fires a sinker down low for ball 1. The A's have runners at first and second with 1 out. We are in the bottom of the 8th. Ian Hamilton is up on the bump. And we have a slider that is inside but called strike 1. Count is 1-1. Hamilton sets and he fires a fastball all the way to the backstop. So once again, the runners advance to second and third and removes the double play opportunity. That's the second pitch from Hamilton this inning that went straight to the backstop. That one should be recorded as a wild pitch. So now the A's have two in scoring position. And of course, the Yankees are going to bring the infield in, and the ball is down low. So the count is now 3-1. Hamilton is ready. He fires the pitch, and it is sliced foul to bring the count to 3-2. That was inside, and that was definitely ball 4. Does not seem that Hamilton has command of really any of his pitches. The count is 3-2. And the payoff pitch comes, and it is down low for ball 4. And the bases are now juiced full of athletics. And Brent Rooker is coming up to the plate. The bags are full, and he already has a 3-run homer, a single, and has scored twice. Rooker steps out of the box. Hamilton sets, and he fires a ball outside down low, and that is ball 1. I am not understanding why it is that we are not pulling this pitcher. He has not been able to locate any of his pitches. Bases are juiced, and we're in a 1-run game. This is 20th pitch from Hamilton, and Rooker fouls it off. A sinker right down the heart of Broadway. Count evens at 1-1. Yankees cannot afford to give up another run with Mason Miller coming back. And the pitch, once again, is a slider down and away in the dirt for ball 2. Hamilton sets, and he fires the 2-1, and it clips the bottom of the corner with a sinker for strike 2, evening the count at 2-2. And Hamilton fires a slider that Rooker swings and misses, and that is a big strikeout for Hamilton. There are now 2 outs with the bases juiced, and it looks as if Boone is heading to the mound to pull Hamilton. Thank God. Looks like Tyler Matzek is coming back when we are done with our commercial break. Soderstrom and Langoliers are the next 2 batters up. I am just not understanding exactly what is going on with Boone and management of this bullpen. Cruz came in and was not looking good. Hamilton has come in. He is not looking good. What are we going to get out of Tyler Matzik coming in with the bases juiced and 2 outs? Hill came in. He pitched effectively to his batter and recorded the out. And my other sister is online. Hey, Kenny, who are the Yankees playing today? They are playing the Oakland A's. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. The score is 7-6 A's. The Yankees are making a pitching change, and Tyler Matzek is coming into the game. Bases are loaded, and there are 2 outs. Matzek has 4.1 innings pitched this season. He has 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and his ERA is a 4.15. Tyler Soderstrom is coming up to bat. He's 1 for 4 with a double in the 7th, and he scored a run. And Matzik sets. He sets and he fires, and the ball is hit past the third baseman. And Kurtz is going to score, and the A's score a 2-run single. The A's now lead the Yankees 9-6. And once again, a Yankee bullpen arm has come in and not been able to get the job done right off the bat. So now the A's have runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Shea Langoliers is coming up to bat. And the first pitch is a 4-seam fastball off the outside portion of the plate, swung through for strike 1. Langoliers is 3 for 4 on the afternoon with 2 singles and a 3-run bomb against our New York Yankees. And the next pitch is hit to center field. Grisham does not make the play. It bounces to the wall. And once again, 2 more runs are going to score. So the Yankees have now coughed up 4 runs in this inning, and the A's are now up to 11-6. And that was a shot. And Schumann comes up to bat. The first pitch is high for a ball. Count is 1-0, and there is a runner, Shea Langoliers, at second base. Matzik sets and he fires. The ball is inside for ball 2. Count is now 2-0. The A's are leading 11-6. The count is 2-0 on Schumann, and we have 2 outs with a runner at second. Matzik fires a ball that is up. Schumann swings through it to bring the count to 2-1. The Yankees have allowed 11 runs to score, and that is a season high for the Yankees. Matzik fires a fastball that is fouled off. Our New York Yankees have stunk up the stadium today. not playing very well whatsoever. On the game, the A's have 3 home runs, 2 of them 3 runs, 3-run homers. Matzik fires a slider that is fouled off. The count is evened up at 2-2. And Matzik sets, and he fires fastball off the plate to bring the count to 3-2. It is full, and it looks like the A's are warming up another pitcher, and we will not see Mason Miller. The batter calls timeout and steps away. Comment from Real Bill P. This game has disappointed me. Well, brother, you are not the only one. And we have a fastball to Schumann. He swings and misses. We will not be facing Mason Miller. So, hence, we have a lot of runs to make up and a short time to get it done. And we are in a commercial break. I want to thank everybody for watching this play-by-play, although the results are not what we hoped and prayed for. But thank you for taking the time to sharing time with me this Saturday afternoon. Appreciate y'all being here. For those that are still here, if you haven't, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you have comments after the game, drop them in the thread, and I will I've gotten a message from Joe, and he would normally be hosting our post game, but it seems like he's going to the doctors with a medical problem, so he will not be streaming the post game review. So we keep Joe in our thoughts and our prayers. And okay, little man, you can play with your car. And Mason Miller is coming back out. And Trent Grisham is up to bat and takes the first pitch down low for a ball. And the second pitch is up and away for ball 2. The count is now 2-0. Miller sets and he fires a 97-mile-an-hour fastball for call, strike 2, or strike 1. And Grisham hits a hay drive to center field, and it bounces off the wall. Grisham is speeding around second, and he is going to make it into third for a leadoff triple. Grisham starts us off in the top of the ninth with a 3-bagger and is standing at third base. And the captain, Aaron Judge, is coming up to bat. And Miller sets and he fires a slider that is called strike one. Definitely do not think that that was a strike. It was off the inside portion of the plate. And once again, Judge sees another slider that is off the plate, takes a weak swing, and it is strike two. Count is 0-2 on Judge. Miller fires, and Judge hits a ground ball to the shortstop, which is fired across the diamond for the first out of the inning, but Grisham does score, bringing our count to 7. The score is 11 A's, 7 Yankees. Cody Bellinger is coming up to the plate. He is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. And Miller sets and fires. The ball is low and is called a strike. I think that pitch is also off the plate. So the count is 0-1. And the pitch, a 100-mile fastball, is up and away, evening the count at 1-1. Bellinger takes a slider that he swings over the top of to bring the count to 1-2. And Miller sets and fires another slider down low, evens the count up at 2-2. Miller sets and he fires, and Bellinger swings at a fastball way out of the strike zone to strike out. And Anthony Volpe steps up to the plate. There are 2 outs, and the first pitch is a 100-mile-an-hour fastball up and for ball 1. Second pitch is another 100-mile-an-hour fastball that paints the outside corner for strike 1. Count is even at 1-1, and it looks like Miller is going to try to put this one away. Volpe bounces the ball down the third base line for foul. And the count is now 1-2. The Yankees are down to their final strike. And Miller fires a 102-mile-an-hour fastball up and almost over Volpe's head to even the count at 2-2. That pitch was at 102 miles an hour. And Miller fires another fastball, 101, that is up and out of the strike zone to bring the count full to 3-2. Volpe is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Miller sets and he fires, and Volpe swings weakly at the pitch to strike out for the at-bat, and that ends the game. Actually, I just got another text from Joe, and it looks like he is going to be on for the post-game series. So, everyone, thank you for taking time out of your Saturday afternoon and watching this play-by-play. The Yankees go down 11-7. Everyone, if you would hop over to the NY Yankees Mania, Joe will be conducting a post-game review, and I'm sure that it is going to be action-packed. Yes, I am going over to the show. I'm going to end the stream here in about 10 seconds, and I will be with you on NY Yankees Mania to do the post-game review of this ugly, very ugly game. And if you're looking for some action, I'm sure Joe is going to give you some ranting and raving. Thank you once again, and hopefully we come back with a win tomorrow. Sorry for the technical difficulties up front, and I will end by saying, let's go Yankees.